production details for the Loki show for Disney Plus have come out. The whole thing with the Quantum Leap, which I believe THR reported on originally, or Variety, it was one of the two, turns out to be true, and that's the direction we're going now. So he's going to be changing human events or historical human events, which I assume it can't. Like, this is an extended What If.
Yeah, for sure.
What, and also, how does he like? Someone on Twitter said it best. I know who they are if they're still here. The man's got a time stone. Well, the man hasn't got a time stone. He's got a tesseract.
Yeah.
How is he going to travel time?
Yeah, I think. I mean, they're going to get into that for sure. They're definitely not using the Space Stone or Tesseract as the note, like as a how. I think
because like for me the clue might be in like the whole Quantum Leap comparison, like Quantum Loki, like, you know, the quantum realm is a place you can go to, so in theory you could use the Space Stone to teleport to the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the route they do it. I don't know. You might know. I haven't got a clue. If you're gonna let on, I don't know. Probably not. But
I mean, look, a lot of stuff has been established that he can use. Like, there's a couple things that you can use to kind of explain how he's doing this. That's already been. It's not going to be anything new. Let's put it that way. Like how. It's going to be something that we are familiar with it, and something that that we already know. So we don't have to explain how it works.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Like the only thing that that is a question is how. How does he get a certain item to do this? I
assume you're referring to the time stone.
No.
You're not.
I am not.
What else could he use to time travel then?
You just said it like maybe 5 seconds ago.
Well, the quantum realm.
Quantum realm, and there's a thing that they can use to get through the quantum realm.
Well, how is he going to get that? It's in 2012, and that was made in.
Well, no, that's how. That's what I'm saying is like.
Oh, yeah. No, I get you now. Yeah. How would you get from A to B?
Well, I think that's something that is going to be explained in the show. Is like how does he obtain said objects or stuff? You know, that I think it's all. I mean, it's from what I know is that he does obtain it. I can't tell you how because I don't know.
I mean, I suppose in theory, if you got the quantum tunnel and you can go to Hank Pym,
well, yeah,
and the Pym's residence and get it that way. But...
Well, I mean, but during Endgame, there was that stuff. You know, like God.
Okay, there was a lot of stuff in Endgame that doesn't narrow it down. There was 3 hours worth of stuff.
So the Tesseract is just basically a doorway, right?
It gets you in it.
So yeah. So who's to say he doesn't use that to get that stuff in that time period?
I mean, yeah, but it's just like.
I mean that's the like. I can't tell the specifics.
Yeah.
So, like, because I don't know, right? You know, but that's what I heard. You know, like that. I'll just say, like, the Pym particles.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the Pym particles, I think, is the key to this, to how he does the travel. Because it's not the time stone. Because the time stone.
I mean, it would make sense. It makes sense. It's
because, like, the time stone is like, I think it's off the table because the time stone can never leave Doctor Strange's, like, you know, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like if they use the time stone.
So are they actually making this show like the keystone of Phase 4? Because I'm going to be perfectly honest here. If we know taking a stone out of a timeline is really bad for that timeline and causes branches. Yeah. So are we using the Loki stone to make the multiverse bigger?
Maybe.
Because that's, to me, what if he's taking... Like, he's not going to let go of the Tesseract. There's no way. That's the thing he's always wanted. Like, they're not going to let him take that away. No. So if he's taking that and he's jumping around different universes, because that's how the time travel works in Endgame, like, you're just making branches and branches and branches, and like, all while the 2012 that he left is without a time stone or a Tesseract.
But think about it, though, like, this is a good way to build up like what sequel worlds eventually.
True. But
I
feel like sequels is coming way too quick for me. But then again, they could be down the line.
Well, I mean, like, who's to say that it has to like this could be a thing that is in the background building towards that.
Yeah, it's true. True. I suppose it kind of, hey, what if season 2? This is why Loki existed, just so we can keep what if going.
We don't even know if there's a season 2 gonna happen.
Oh no, I was being hypothetical.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That show right now is kind of like the bare bones. So like, there's not too much because it's so far out, and like there still hasn't been scripts written for that show. There's just an outline of how this is gonna happen.
There's a synopsis for it.
Yeah, and like when we get like episode titles, we'll know. We'll have a better, clear,
it's true.
A little clearer map to like how this is gonna work, or at least a pretty good look at how it's gonna work. But
just quickly, what comes out first, Doctor Strange or this?
I think Doctor Strange.
Yeah, isn't it WandaVision, Doctor Strange, Loki?
Yeah, I think Loki's towards the end of. I think the beginning of 2020 or late 2020. Late 2020 or early 2021. I can't remember.
WandaVision is February or spring 2021. I know that was slated as a.
That's another show that's gonna probably screw up reality a little bit more too. So
I'll say it seems very much the case that like we've just had something that's in theory buggered everything up because we have no stones in our reality anymore.
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna go like, hey, forget everything else. We're just gonna screw it all up. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like that's kind of where they're going. Like this is gonna be like the overarching, like because the next phase is like next couple of phases really don't have any like build up to like Avengers type movies. So like,
which is so weird. But then again, sure, you kind of want to like let Avengers lie a little bit, and you don't really want to jump straight back and get burned out. But if you're not going to have one in Phase 5, like to be fair, for all I know, they could. Like that's weird not to have another one.
But to be fair, though, like we really don't know what Phase 5 looks like. We know Blade's in it.
There's Captain Marvel too. Like then,
they're gonna get the sequels for sure.
0 chance that's in Phase 6.
No. Like the sequels are inevitable. Like like the Captain Marvel, the Black Panther,
the Guardians,
Ant-Man possibly.
Please, Ant-Man. I mean,
it's gonna happen.
Here's my thing with the whole Ant-Man situation. If we're doing this and Ant-Man doesn't get a third film, something's gone wrong.
No, I think Ant-Man. Look, Ant-Man it was like a pretty big movie in terms of how we got to Endgame, right? They've if it wasn't for Ant-Man, the Quantum Realm would have to figure out a different way to reveal the Quantum Realm.
We wouldn't have got what we got.
Yeah. I think it's too big of a film to not have a sequel. I'm like 100% sure it's going to be in Phase 5. It's just like
it's just about timing and everything.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to develop their new stuff first, and then like the stuff that's already been developed, like they're gonna get their sequels. Like Phase 5 is like all about sequels now, probably.
True. But according to this, Loki is in spring 2021. WandaVision is spring 2021. Really? Then Doctor Strange is May 2021.
So is Loki before,
I don't remember it being that way, but
I thought it was. I mean, maybe I was like looking at the thing wrong. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think I think these shows are gonna like kind of start how like I think it's gonna be like what the catalyst for like Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I mean, if looking at it, if we got one division is going to start this whole thing off.
Yeah,
I imagine because looking at it, we've got like a little mini arc here. One division starts it off, fair enough. Wanda, reality warping, whatever, boom. Loki's going to obviously kick it off again. He's doing his own thing. Multiverse of Madness. It makes sense to follow those two. It's like, hey, this thing's happening. Like, I kind of need your help. And then you obviously got What If after that, going like, here's a look at your multiverse. It's all canon, etc. Don't care what anyone says that is canon. It's taking part.
Yeah, it's canon.
It's in this multiverse. So yeah. So you got a nice little arc there, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, like, the problem though is like with Loki, it's all speculation at this point. Like we're, like we got a brief synopsis of what 10 episodes is like. Like I'm pretty sure that like I think we're gonna start getting like more news on that pretty soon. Like
I was gonna say, like we kind of, I suppose D23 is that next week?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say there's still D23 and a New York Comic Con. I don't think anything huge is gonna be at New York Comic Con. I might be wrong. I don't know. But like they never really have a huge presence in New York, anyways.
No.
I mean, they have a huge presence, but it's always been like the comics.
Yeah. And Shield, like that. Shield is always the one.
Yeah.
Like, some of the TV shows are always there, but I don't know because.
The only thing is like I love the first iteration of what the show was supposed to be about. I like that more than what it is now.
That was the narration one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that a little bit more.
Same. Yeah.
I mean, but like like the fans wanted to know.
It feels more creative, the whole Norn stuff, and like going, hey, this is my life, like. And like, also, it would have made him a better character. You then could have set up Enchantress in that, and then brought her into Love and Thunder.
Exactly.
And, or even Magog in that, and then brought him back in Love and Thunder.
It's not a bad thing. I'm still gonna enjoy the show. I'm sure of it. But like,
I'm 98% sure it's not gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's different from what I feel like I wanted to see.
So like even with the whole Norn stuff, it was always the bottom of my list because it's Loki, and I'm like, I've had enough Loki for a lifetime.
I mean, I love the character. I love Hiddleston playing the character. Yeah, but I kind of like. I mean, and like I was telling you, like these D+ shows are just like the icing on the cake for these actors that have been doing stuff. So I kind of, even before all this happened, I knew that the show was going to happen. I just would have enjoyed it a little bit better if it was just like a, this is me, this is my life type story, instead of like
let's expand this corner of the Marvel universe that's criminally underwritten.
I just felt like the Loki and Endgame,
it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's low hanging fruit. The only interesting thing about that would be to see how Loki reacts to how he turned out. Maybe, I don't know, but like it just doesn't interest me. The 2012 character didn't interest me.
Yeah, but you could have done that with the Norn Loki, being like, who'd have thought I'd have turned out like this? And
yeah, I mean, I just felt like there was so much more that you could have done with.
Yeah,
like developing the characters.
There's more potential in the old way than it is in this one, but
then
again, who's to say? Like maybe they can keep some of it and some of it appears in this one.
Yeah, I mean, like there's always the possibility that you can take some of the old ideas and still incorporate it into the new show. Like I mean, the new show kind of lends itself to that because he is time traveling. He is going to different times. So, I mean, who's to say he doesn't go back to,
Yeah, and especially like setting up like the Norns or like the Fates, if you don't want the Norns up. Like,
and you could still set up
that kind of, that really works well for a time traveling like Loki.
Yeah.
Like him going back and then finding out this is what he was supposed to be like. You're supposed to be like this. He's going to end up this way. But now he's going to be this way. And now you can having changing everything. Like you can still kind of do it, but like we'll see. Hopefully they do.
I just never was really interested in that iteration of the character. I always like more interested in the character that like learned his lesson and you know, and like was more.
It feels like a reset. We can't get rid of Loki. We have to have a Loki, like especially after like how everything else is moving forward. It's weird to have 2012 Loki back. It's like okay.
Well, it feels like you're going right back to. It's almost like a full circle thing where like you go right back to the same Loki that like to me was less interesting.
And it's not in the same way. Like I don't know if people can bring it up. Like yes, they've done it with Gamora, but Gamora's infinitely more interesting because we didn't know what she was like before.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we've pretty much seen the life, with the exception of like his early stuff, but we've seen like Loki from I don't know.
We've seen Loki from a teenager near enough all the way up to a death.
Yeah, so it just feels like I think we've seen a lot of what a lot of his. I would love to see what he was like. I mean, like I don't know. There's just so much more interesting things they could have done with it. It could have been. It literally could have been like a Game of Thrones show. And it could have been like. I don't know. I mean, it's like, but it still could be something like that. Who knows? I don't know. Like things shift so much and like back and forth. It's it took them like less than like 6 months to go from what it was to what it is. So like,
and who's to say in 6 months they don't go back to what it was?
I don't know. I think they're still gonna stick with it because like I think like a lot of the people have been like, oh, they always like. It just seems like everybody was asking like what happened to Loki in 2012. It's like I kind of don't care what happened to Loki in 2012. I'm fine with him just disappearing. And
this is all Marcus and McFeely's fault. I blame you two and the editors. You didn't have to show that. You could have just cut that bit out of the movie.
I think
you didn't have to have him escape. Like
I think the minute I saw that in the movie, I thought to myself, this is gonna happen, isn't it? Like
I think that was everyone. Like in my head, I was like, it's like they've changed it. Like,
I mean, like there was too much of an outcry of people going and
also the fact that like it was really obvious that Endgame was setting up shows. Like the least obvious one is WandaVision, but at the same time, you can kind of make a hint in that one, especially with how she acts. Yeah, like, obviously the Sam Wilson stuff with the shield, obviously going to be the show, and it's kind of like, they said
even Hawkeye to an extent was like kind of foreshadowed in the show too.
Even though I was convinced, I was like, no, that Loki thing's the what if. That has to be the what if for it. Loki's the only one we're not going to see in this movie, but oh well, it wasn't meant to be. It didn't turn out like that.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's not going to be like so bad. It's not going to be like Titans bad, but it's going to be
it's kind of.
I'll be honest with you. Like,
Studio guys really has pushed themselves, and they've taken certain risks with things. It's a safe bet that's kind of out of character.
Yeah, it seems like to me when I'm watching it, I'm just thinking. I was like, man, this could have been more. I mean, to know what it could have been.
Know what you could have had, and then
know what it could have been, and watch what it is now. It's always going to be in the back of my mind when I'm watching that show. I'm like, it's the most obvious choice what they're doing now. And but I didn't like that. I like the stuff that was just like, all right, we don't know exactly what we're doing with it. Like you don't know where this is going. Sort of like what WandaVision's doing. Like everybody has zero clue. Like every person that I've talked to or seen theories of have been wrong. And that's what I love about the show is like it's gonna like once it's shown, people are gonna go, whoa, like I never would have thought of that.
I mean, as long as you ain't been lying, like I agree.
But,
I mean, I'll agree anyway, but like,
but no, like to me, that's what the first iteration of the Loki show would have been like.
Yeah,
I think it would have been.
Maybe that's kind of what they changed it because it was a bit too. They found you. I'm sorry, they found you, Sean.
Yeah, I set fire to something.
See, now that you got Feige's email, he's bugged your house or your apartment. So you mentioned something you shouldn't have. So.
Yeah, I changed the course of history.
It's just like, damn.
So sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, I think Sean's inevitable demise is a good place to end it up on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's low hanging fruit, unfortunately. It has been nice. It's been,
Yeah.
I look forward to the shipment of hot toys. I'll tell baby Sean I'm not sorry.
That's his inheritance.
I mean, the sounds of it, he's going to get a lot more than that. So I would not feel guilty taking anything.
But yeah, it is what it is. It's not like I don't know.
Feige hasn't done wrong yet. The only blip he's ever had is The Dark World, and that's not even a bad movie. It's just horrifically boring.
It's just meh. But like even that thing that exists.
What's that?
I was gonna say even that movie now is kind of mid.
I'd say they went out their way to make it important. Like
they elevated it just a little bit.
They did it with Iron Man 2 with Winter Soldier. They did it with Dark World and Endgame. So.
They're not content with meh. They just want
like everything has to matter. It's a culmination of everything. This has to be important somehow. I'm certain it's a cruel joke. It's like, hey, this is the one people didn't really like. Let's make it really important.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I never had a problem with that movie. It was slow, but it wasn't like it wasn't like watching Superman and Batman where I wanted to blow my brains out after watching it.
Well, like the Dark World did weird on me. I really enjoyed it when I first watched it, but it's one of those. I watched it again. And I'm like, did I really like it that much? And it's like, but you know what? Like, it's fine. It's serviceable. It's just no.
It is what it is. It's like Iron Man 2 where it served its purpose. It was the sacrificial lamb to like the.
It's just not Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is a good movie. I'll stand by that one.
I still like that movie too. I love it.
That Monaco scene is like iconic for me. It's so good.
People,
even though like he wouldn't be able to get in any like there's so many problems with that scene. I'm not even going to get into it.
Well, I think the problem with people with that movie is like their perception of it is like like they feel like it was they jam packed it full of stuff, but it's like
I never got that impression with Iron Man.
Neither did I, but like they kind of had to do a lot of stuff with a little amount of time. So I don't blame anybody for putting more characters in the movie. I don't think it lessened the movie. I think it helped build whatever you're watching now. So
I agree. But yes, we are going to bring this to an end in Feige We Trust chat. That is correct.
Yes.
So,
agreed.
Feige, pay me money. I should. I'm shilling for free. I do a really good job at shilling. So pay me.
He does get a check, by the way. I should let you guys know.
Speaking of Feige, though, before we end this off, could you just slip the link to the channel in the email?
I will put it in my signature from now.
That's exactly what I was being like. Just have it in your signature.
I'll just embed it in my signature for emails. Yeah. That way, it's like maybe one day he'll just click it.
Who knows? No. He's probably like, I'm already subscribed.
Like he's probably more afraid that it might be like a virus or
like
a link to a porn site.
Marcus fraud. Come on.
I just don't want him to think it's a link to a porn site. So.
Well, maybe.
It's a different type of porn. Okay.
Nerd porn. But yeah. So thanks everyone for joining. Because I don't know if YouTube's gonna now ban me for saying porn. But,
sorry, YouTube.
Please don't hurt us. We just got the membership stuff. But yeah, so we'll catch you all Monday where we're going to be talking about some
House of X.
Crazy banana stuff. So, bye.
Bye-bye.